Hey there, it's Brody again from Party Among Yourselves, Kelowna's biggest podcast, here with my boys over at Simply Telecom. And one question that they get asked all the time is, why don't you have pricing for the phones on the website? Well, the pricing for any phone, any voice over IP phone, is going to be about the same with any company. But what they don't want to do is scare away customers who have more phones. For example, there's one customer that has 14 phones on his current system. And when he's talking to TELUS or Shaw, they want to sell him 14 phones at $35 a piece, or Shaw is usually $45 a piece. But at $35, you're talking $490 a month, and it's enough to scare him away. So at Simply Telecom, like I've said in all the other videos, you can have a conversation and they can explain what you actually need. You might have 14 phones on your old system, but you only need 8 on the new system. You might have paid for 10 lines, but you don't realize that when you move to voice over IP, you can have 25 concurrent calls on a single voice over IP trunk. So there's ways where they can consolidate what you have and be flexible with the billing for something that'll make sense for your business. They are also a small business. They realize that a customer can't go, hey, we're going to spend $8,000 on new phones and $1,000 a month. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But they've got a new program as well where instead of buying the phones, you can basically borrow them off of them. And like I've said in all the videos, there's no contracts. So if you're done with the phone service, they'll help you port your main numbers out to whatever carrier you're switching to, and you just give back the phones that you'd borrowed. It kind of helps keep the cost down. Voice over IP phones are not expensive. Maybe between $100 to $300 for most phones. You can of course go more expensive. But yeah, no, the whole point of Simply Telecom is to have a conversation. What works for your business? What works for the people that work there? What works for your budget? And don't be scared to call. They're real people who work on this stuff. They live here in the Okanagan and are happy to answer questions and help you out. Yeah. And no contract. I mean, most people seem to love contracts. It drives them nuts. But yeah, no contract. So if you don't like it, you just switch back. But they told me recently they have never, ever, ever had a phone customer that has left for something else. So it's sort of one of those situations, maybe your small business is exactly the same, that you don't need a contract if you have good customer service.